Adams and I design luxury closets. My celebrity clients trust me to create beautiful, well-organized spaces for all of their fabulous things. Subscribe for closet tours, DIY tips, and a behind-the-scenes look at LA's most glamorous closet makeovers. And check out my blog Closet File for more. Enjoy the video!
Hi, fabulous.
Better?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna dive straight in.
Great.
Adore you. Thank you so much. So we're inside your closet right now.
You are. What do you think?
I think it looks absolutely incredible. I wish I was in there right now with you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we have, obviously, as you can imagine, a zillion questions for you. I'm just gonna read out some of the audience questions right now. Is it okay to let my Chanel bags out all the time on my closet without a dust box? Because I love to see them.
I say yes. I vote yes. You know, I'm such a fan. I mean, obviously you have to protect it. You have to dust it off. But if it's in a dust bag, you really can't enjoy it. And I'm all about, you know, seeing it so you wear it, so you enjoy it, and then take care of it. So I vote yes, 100%.
We got a question earlier before, by the way. I'm seeing all of your Chanel bags like in the background, and obviously I want to grab all of them. I have no words. We got another question. What's the best way to store high heels?
To store high heels? Yeah, you know, again, I like to see them out, but I think, you know, it's just making sure that there's space for it to breathe in, not that everything is so, you know, next to each other. And then use, you know, there's boot trees, but there are also heel trees, right? There are pillows that can maintain the shape, and then just regularly dust them, but keep them out and enjoy them.
Awesome. I like that. All right. So everybody continue to send in questions for Lisa as we're chatting. Obviously, I'll get through as many as I can, but I'm going to start. How did you kind of get into design, and how did you begin?
Yeah, so I started LA Closet Design in 2007, and it was sort of a left turn in the road. You know, the recession's about to start, and, you know, I had an idea and a passion. But, you know, if we were to rewind before that, I went to school, studied chemistry. I'm from Hawaii. So science brain, left brain for sure. And, you know, I always get asked, like, chemistry, closets, like, what do they have in common? And, you know, I realized when I evaluate every room in the house that the closet is so perfect for me, my personality, my training, that it's very left brain, where you're diving into hundreds and hundreds of pairs of shoes, bags, underwear, swim, and you have to sort through that chaos and madness. And my brain really does. And then, you know, sort of puts it together and makes it beautiful. So I feel fortunate that, you know, I'm in the closet space.
I love that. And I'm going to ask you about your chemistry background in a second, but we just got a really good question.
Okay.
What are some tips for short people accessing everything?
I am short too. I'm 5'3". So great question. You know, I think for me, everything is at eye level, but you have to maximize everything that you have below. So whether it's a pullout that comes out below, everything that you can see needs to be super maximized. And then you can't get around. If you can't reach something, you do have to get up on a ladder. But there's also technology where we have pull down rods that are now on mechanisms. There's rolling ladders. So, you know, to get up where you can't reach. But my tip is always just to make sure that you're super maximized from eye level and below.
I think that's fabulous. And thank you for sending that question in. Okay, so you did study chemistry at Berkeley. What were the takeaways or lessons that, you know, you got from the lab that you're still applying now?
Isn't it obvious? You know,
I see a lot of white, so I imagine the lab coat situation.
The lab coat, the glasses. Yeah, you know, it's being meticulous, organized. You know, it's chemical reactions, it's formulas. You had to be very detailed, and that's sort of how my brain works. So I think the takeaway from the lab, I mean, honestly, the bigger takeaway is that I wanted to do good. I wanted to do research. That was sort of the chemistry route. And now just, you know, really helping people one closet at a time to get organized, to feel empowered, to feel good in the space. But technically speaking, I think it taught me to be detailed, meticulous, and also to be problem solving.
I love that. how would you describe your aesthetic and your design ethos and approach?
Yeah, I mean, I think people might have heard me say this, that I feel like everything has its place. And I would say that that's underlying every closet that I designed, really this approach. And I don't just say it, I live and breathe it. You know, I've been this way, it's my personality. So I think it doesn't matter what closet style I'm designing for, I think you see that shining through, is that everything has its place.
Fabulous. Bellatrix628 just sent us a question saying, do you organize closet based on color or season?
I do. And this is a good question. I mean, spent a lot of time sort of thinking design, organization. And for me, as a designer, the design comes first and then I can start to organize, right? So I know where things are going to go. So it's already sort of designed by function. And then I can then layer it by organizing color, style, formality, whatnot.
So what would you say is the starting point when you take on a project?
It would be meeting with the clients, just making sure that we're the right fit, that, that we're going to have fun during the process, that I can add value to the project. And then I would say really the first step is taking inventory. So before I can even start to design, I go into people's houses, get into their underwear drawer very quickly, get to know them. But it's really the counting, the measuring, being detailed to the, you have to know of the 100 pairs of shoes, how many are flats, sneakers, boots, how do you want to store them? So it's really fact finding, asking a lot of questions and going through that process.
Amazing. And I actually have like 2 follow-ups, but Christine M. Buzzard sent in a really good question. Do you have any tips for closet lighting, particularly where the closet has no direct natural light? Yeah.
I think, and that speaks to design, having closets look like a boutique. And I think one of the elements is that it's well lit. And I want to make sure that when you open up a door, open up a drawer, that you can see everything. You can see the black t-shirt, so I do shelf lighting, I do backlighting, I do recess lighting, I do lighting and hanging rods even, so that you could really tell the black cloud navy glow. Cool. So I feel like I might, overkill the lighting, but I think, it's really, you have to be able to see. I think this is a space where you want to be able to enjoy it. So whether it's natural lighting, ambient lighting, it's sort of all on dimmers, and it can go full force, or, you can dim it down. But, the most important thing, functionality, is that you can see everything in the closet.
Oh, I think that's fabulous. Okay, so because you said the first thing you do is like take inventory.
Yeah.
You've done closets for some really incredible people. Khloe Kardashian, and Tyra Banks and Christina Aguilera, just to name like 3 offhand. Whose closet, whose inventory were you just like, this is amazing, I want everything?
Oh, okay. Of the maybe celebrities that you mentioned, I'd say Christina Aguilera. She was 9 months pregnant and awesome. She was on the floor taking meetings. She was into it. She was so fabulous. The inventory was like I've never seen before, right? I mean, sheer quantities, but also just the variety. And, she just was amazing in terms of thinking outside of the box, really trusting the process, trusting what, the ideas that came about it. So it's just so fun.
And of the people I didn't mention, who's been the person with the inventory that you've most wanted?
I'd say my client in San Francisco. And I say this because it was a true dressing room where it was curated bags, shoes, jewelry, a vanity, a champagne bar. I just thought, it was spectacular. Everywhere you looked, I wanted the bag, the shoe, the jewelry, all of it.
I'm dying. Is this the person who you happen to design that beautiful jewelry vitrine for? And guys, if you haven't seen this, Lisa designed in one of her clients' closets this beautiful jewelry display where obviously her client had this amazing diamond necklace, but like 5 Audemars Piguets that were self-winding and all of these kinds of stuff. Was that the same client by any chance?
It wasn't the same client.
Oh my goodness. All right. I need to just shadow you for like 5 minutes and just take inventory with you.
She's fabulous too with her Himalayan Birkin that was on full display in a lit glass case. So I should have said her, but yeah, San Francisco's pretty fab too.
Amazing. We got a viewer question. Mimi Tetho said, what are the 5 storage must-haves for every closet?
Oh my goodness. You know, I love, you guys probably already know this, but, you know, drawer inserts. It's every drawer just, you know, I feel like that's maximizing the drawer to its fullest. It's also, I want to see everything at first glance. So when you've got a drawer and you're stacking t-shirts from top to bottom, you're never going to wear what's at the bottom, right? So it's really organizing it front to back, having drawer inserts. So that's a favorite. And you know, storage boxes are great because for the spots that you can't reach, you know, it's like seasonally what you're not wearing. If you're in LA, there's always something that you're not wearing. Maybe it's tall boots, so those can go in sort of custom boxes and put up top. Other storage ideas. I love staging rods and valet hooks. I think those should be in every single closet because you know, not only are you maybe getting incoming clothing, you're packing for a vacation, dry cleaning comes in. It's just a way to really sort that all out as it's coming in. You know, it's got a landing spot and then, you know, you put it back in your closet. So those are some ideas.
Fabulous. I want to know, what are some of the biggest challenges you've faced on projects?
Yeah, I would say probably the one, you know, the one challenge that comes in every project is inventory, right? It's fitting everything into the closet. I don't think everybody has this, you know, luxury of so much space, right? Everybody is sort of like teetering the edge of, will this fit or will it not? Will I have room to grow? So, you know, in that I feel like that's the challenge, right? That's my job, is to inventory properly so that everything does fit. And then the question is, but will I have room to grow? So, you know, just really trying to be creative. If I've got height, using all that height. If I've got depth, if it's a space where it could be, you know, a 4-sided island. I mean, it's just really, you know, trying to think through everything so that it all fits. And, you know, this question too, like the challenge that I started in 2007 and maybe in 2008 was tasked to design a 3-story closet. So this is the start of my career, and here's this project that's massive. And, you know, the challenge with that was with the sheer size and scope and height, 3 stories, you know, how am I going to make this feel welcoming, residential? So I feel like that was a good kick in the butt to get started. And then, you know, really just kind of got the kinks out and was off to the races.
Can you just talk to us a little bit more? Because a 3-story closet is literally my idea of heaven. So I just want to know square footage, what you did, what the inventory was, how many like Birkins that person probably had.
Yeah, about 2,000 pairs of shoes, about 1,500 square feet per floor. And
well, per floor, so total 4,500 square foot
correct.
Closet is what you designed.
And again, this sounds pretty gross, I'm sure, but also incredible. And we designed it where, you know, there was think Neiman Marcus, right? There's an everyday closet, there's the formal closet, and then there's the seasonal. So, you know, just really thinking through each floor and, you know, so that she doesn't have to go up and down. But, you know, it was bags and shoes and clothing, jewelry on every level.
I mean, I'm going to jump ahead to a different question before we go back, only because one of your quotes sticks out just hearing you tell this story.
Yeah.
You've said that you want your designs to, quote, feel like they're shopping in their own closet.
Yeah.
This literally, you're doing that because it's 3 floors like a Neiman Marcus. What does this mean to you?
It means, you know, there's a reason why, you know, people like shopping at boutiques and why I like shopping at, why you probably do. You know, it's well lit, it's got a place to sit, it's uncluttered. I mean, you just feel good in the space. And, you know, if I could capture that in a bottle, like that's what I'm trying to exude in my clients' closets, that, you know, and part of that is editing and purging, right? You need to do that so that it can be edited and curated, and only the things that you're wearing in your closet. And if it's got meaning, I'm not saying throw away everything, but really going through that process methodically, honestly. If it doesn't fit, take action. If it's got a stain, if it's, you know, something, right? Versus I think we're so used to, oh, that doesn't fit, put it back in, you know, versus it doesn't fit, let's take action. So, you know, I really try hard with my clients. You know, you're going into a new closet, that this is the right time to really go through that process.
Amazing. Two quick viewer questions.
Yeah.
One asked, do you actually work with clients on going through that inventory and being like keep, don't keep, or is it kind of them, or is it a hybrid?
Yeah, I do. I encourage it, but I know that, not everybody wants to do that with you, right? I think naturally clients are sort of embarrassed by the process. They're embarrassed by their closet. And, you sort of have to get over that, right? I've seen everything. I have a closet. I mean, it can be hard for people, but yes, I do encourage that. If I can do it with the clients, I think that's even better, it's for them to feel comfortable enough. And, my clients that have been repeat clients, now we're drinking champagne, they're trying on things and, nope, get rid of that, keep that. I get a lot of free stuff from them. It's awesome. But,
that is amazing. What's the best? So, two quick questions. One from viewers. Have you written a book about closet design?
I have. It's called Closet Design Bible, and you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on our website. So yes, it's a cute little, what I like to say, dressing room, closet, vanity type book. It's not huge, but it's got, tips that I live and breathe by.
What is your website? Just so everybody knows where to go.
So it's laclosetdesign.com.
Fabulous. Okay, and then what was the best item that you got from somebody's inventory?
Oh my goodness, my one client, and I won't say her name, but every time we have a meeting, she comes out with a bag of Louboutins, comes out with, Saint Laurent. This hat will look nice on you. So she's extremely generous. I've gotten Valentino from her. But she really wants to edit and she's not wearing it. And we share the same shoe size. We're both 5s. So lucky me.
Amazing. All right. So I'm going to keep you for a few extra minutes just because of our technical difficulties at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's okay. Which of your clients' closets would you most want to shop?
Would I want to shop in? Everybody's closet. There's always something, but little fun fact about me, I love sports and basketball. So anytime I can get into an athlete's closet and I would take their basketball shoes or their trophy rooms and take their trophies. I mean, that's sort of, sure, I will take a Birkin bag, I will take clothing, but secretly I want those basketball shoes.
If you guys haven't seen, check out Lisa's Instagram and again, go to her website. She designed this really incredible athletic wear closet with all these really colorful Nikes and other brands and stuff like that. But it was just so beautifully executed. I don't think I've ever seen sportswear look so refined and elevated. You have no idea. And that actually sets me up for my next question. A lot of all of your closets are essentially visual candy. What is it like for you in terms of kind of setting that out?
Yeah, I think we might have touched on it, but it's, everything having its place. In order to create that visual candy, I feel like it first needs to be well designed, have a home. And then from there, I can have fun with what is the client's lifestyle and function. So I won't come in and just sort of do what I do. I mean, to a certain degree, but it's what is that function? And then of course I like to style it by color, by long sleeve, short sleeve, tank tops, and really just sort of have, so that clients also know, like if they're sort of color visual, that red top, red tank top, they know where to go. So that's also just part of the eye candy story.
I love it. Somebody asked any feedback on organizing small closets. And earlier this week when we were initially going to go live, I was in my closet, which for a New York closet is large, but by your standards, given 4,500 square feet, 3-story, is very small. So what tips do you have for our audience on organizing small spaces?
Yeah, I think, I do not, put my nose against small closets. It's, I just think if you've got a large closet, it's almost easy, right? I can fit I've got luxury of space. In a small closet, you just have to be that much more diligent, refined, meticulous. You still have all the same elements, you're still going to have drawers and staging, but it's maximizing everything. And I think I can't stress it enough that I really, if I've got height, I'm using it. If I've got a corner, I'm using it. And especially in a small closet where, you really have to use everything. So it's pullouts, and then I'm organizing with drawer inserts so that every nook and cranny we're using, if I can do a pull-out cabinet, I will, just to store more more things vertically. But I've got this dressing room, but you guys don't know, I also have a smaller closet in my bathroom. So that's where I really had to, take my own advice. And, I wanted to have short hanging, medium hanging, long hanging, drawers, shelves, all of it, everything that I would incorporate in a larger closet. So it's really just being mindful.
I love that. All right, so I'm going to do some speed round questions with you because I know we're coming up on time.
Yeah.
Where do you find your inspiration?
I find my inspiration through fashion, travel, boutique hotels, restaurants, love eating, just sort of the environment. I'm from Hawaii too, so it's anytime I get to go there, it's not only just recharging, but it's just soaking it all in. Really, I get inspiration sort of everywhere I go.
Nice. Are there any accounts on IG or any websites that you go to just visually, like Tumblrs or anything, or Pinterest, where you're just like, they do an amazing job and, you draw inspiration from there?
Lately I've been so inspired by the Invisible collection, anything, everything. So I feel like I go there and it's just inspiring. But I mean, it really just all of what I mentioned. Like, I think there's so much on Instagram, so much on Pinterest. I dive in and just sort of go down rabbit holes, but I'm sure you do too. But
Definitely.
yeah.
But mine's more fawning over some of the items in there versus the organization of them. What is your design must-have?
In my closet, I would say ballet rods and boot trees.
Interesting. Okay. What is your design pro tip?
To use the corners, to maximize the corners, that this is valuable real estate in a closet and you must use your corners.
So what would you suggest people use those corners for? Like, what are some good things that they can put in those spaces?
Yeah, I mean, whether it's just doing sort of a custom rod so that you're hanging to the corner, I think you can sort of see here, doing lazy Susans in the corner, a corner carousel, doing L-shaped shelves in the corner, just really, there's a portion of it that obviously you can't use, that it would be voided out, but it's just looks cleaner, you're using more of that corner, and I'm a fan.
I love that. What is the latest design hack you've learned?
I like this one. I don't know if it's too DIY, but I feel like I use it in my clients' closets that are, but it's using towel bars as staging rods. So I feel like every closet just needs, and you say this word and it feels so fancy, but it's really, it's a place to just unpack, unwind, stage, figure out what you're going to wear that day. So everybody just sort of needs that area. And I think a towel bar is a great way to, you put it on a wall and you've got yourself a staging rod.
I love that. What has been your favorite closet redesign thus far?
Oh no, that's the hardest question. Yeah, I mean, maybe Erin Andrews in Manhattan Beach. I thought that was such a fun project where it was sort of a living room closet. I was a little, we've done office closets, living room closets, but it was just fabulous in the sense that it really is a place where she can do her podcast, she can engage with people, she can hang out, but it's also her dressing room.
I love that you create all of your spaces very much are meant for that person to do more than just get dressed and stuff like that. So I appreciate that a lot. I think that's really smart. Who was your favorite celebrity client to work with? And I know that's even tougher. So if you can't answer one, feel free to say a bunch.
Oh my goodness. Christina Aguilera, obviously. Khloe Kardashian was awesome. I think Maria Menounos, she just is so fun. We had such a fun time. Who else? Maybe Billy Crystal. He was fun. He was
interesting.
Fun. Yeah.
So, and I know we're short on time. What was Billy Crystal's closet like? Tuxedos and sports, so it was up my alley. I mean, it was a great sort of hybrid. Amazing. And then final question, and thank you again for staying on longer. What advice would you give to someone looking to get into your line of work?
Oh my gosh. It's I'm so humbled by that. Like, I just think when I started it, there weren't closet designers per se. So, I just think it's, in terms of advice, it's just, be passionate about it. Like, find your niche. I think, it's a space that's fun. I think, know your math, but, it's just like any other job. It's service oriented. So, it's really about getting to know your clients, and then being prepared. So, but call me.
Amazing. That's fabulous. Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. Everybody, please make sure to go to LA Closet Design. You can check out more projects by Lisa. Go to joinfreddie.com, check out her profile page, her Instagram. Is there anything else you want to shout out?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. And this was amazing.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely going to have you back come fall, and I will do it in my closet, and I want all of your tips and everything.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone, for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you back here next week for an all-new Freddie Live. Have a great weekend.